Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Ryan with IowaClassicCars, and today we're going to bring home an original one-owner 1964 Impala two-door hardtop and see if we can get it to run again. This is a pretty cool car. I'm excited for it. Hope you guys are too. So I'm here today in Winterset, Iowa, and this was the town that got hit by the EF4 about a month and a half ago. And my buddy just brought in this 1964 Impala two-door hardtop. And it's a beautiful car on the driver's side. However, this car is originally from Anita, Iowa, and was in a building that actually had a tornado hit the building, and the swinging door swung into the quarter panel and crunched it pretty good and broke the windshield. So car is coming from a tornado town and was in a tornado. It's kind of ominous there, but yeah, the windshield has been broken. But at least that's an easy fix there. Just get a new piece of glass. But it's all original. It's a one-owner car. The original owner drove it pretty much to church on Sundays. She passed away, and the car just sat. The original blue bench seat, door panels, steering wheel's in nice shape. Back seat, the hubcaps are all there. Just smells like the mice have been in it for a while. Door panels are super nice, and it just needs kind of revived. Car's got 58,000 miles, 58 and change, and yeah, as you can see there, there's the windshield. Not much left of it there, but this would be a cool one to clean up, get running again. The wheels are not included with the car. I've got the steel ones. This is just to move it around. It'd be a sin to leave those on such an original car. So we have either a 283 or a 327. It is a power pack car. It's a 4-barrel. The motor, I believe, does turn by hand. Sam was telling me it does turn, I believe, and it's got a clutch fan on it, so you can't really spin the engine to show you on the camera. But yeah, just a really grimy original motor. Never been touched, never been taken apart. Older style battery. The original washer fluid container still there, still in nice shape. So just a really nice, original, somewhat of a survivor car. We're going to get it loaded now, take it home, see if we can get it to run, and start driving this thing around. But if you look down the side here, it really is a shame that the quarter panel is so crunched. I'm hoping though, I can drill a hole right here, maybe a hole right here, put a bar on the outside or on the inside, and pull the whole thing back. Maybe it's wishful thinking, but I think this quarter can somewhat be saved. All right, let's get her loaded. So we've got a dilemma here on the 64 Impala. I spent the morning here, it was hailing and rainy, so I pulled the old battery out of the 64, put a fresh one in here. I could not turn the motor by hand, so I actually put a 4-blade non-clutch fan on it, and the clutch fan's actually right there, just so I could actually turn the motor over by hand. The starter does click, and the reason why I knew that this motor was free was because my buddy Sam said that the motor did turn over with the key before I picked it up. So that was a promising sign, so I took his word on it. However, I'm not saying he's lying. I'm sure it's just the starter, and we're going to pull the starter today. I hit the key, and the starter just clicks, and I can't turn the motor by hand. So I'm thinking maybe the gear in the starter is probably just, you know, pinched up or hung up on the flywheel. I'm hoping that's what it is, but we're going to pull it out today. And this is the first starter, I guess, that I've actually had to pull out since I started my YouTube channel. So Mort's Gear Repair, some of his luck is finally rubbing off on me, and today we're going to get in the starter. So here we go. All right, so it's been a damn struggle here getting that starter out. but she is out. Got the inspection cover off of here, so we're going to test this thing out here. I got it wired up. I wanted to make sure I had my wires right before I hooked it up to a live battery. We'll ground it out. All right, so what I did here, I've got the main feed. Okay, there we go. So I've got the main feed and my loser switch sharing the main power, and then I got the other lead on the loser switch to the ignition. So when we do that, all right, so the starter is not the issue. I'm going to take this crowbar now. We're going to crawl under here and see if we can pry on it. You know, I was told that the motor was not stuck, and I cannot turn it by hand. The starter cannot turn it. So I'm hoping either it's tight and the bar will take it loose, or it's hydrolocked and we'll pull the plugs out of it and then crank it by hand and see if that fixes it. But other than that, she might just be stuck. All right, here we go. I'm going to pry on the teeth of the flywheel right there, and then use the frame as the middle point. That's not good. All right, last thing here before we pull the bore scope and look down the cylinders. I'm going to pull the spark plugs out of all 8 of these cylinders, try to turn it over again by hand and see if maybe it's just hydrolocked. Okay, so I put my turning tool, and we got a pry bar here. Gonna see if we can do something with it. Oh, wait. Oh, did it move? Did it move? Oh, I got a headache. God, this is hard. Oh, it did move. Oh man, I got a rush of blood to my head. I think it moved. I think it moved just a bit. Let me get a bar here. See if this will do something. I think it moved. I think it moved a click or two. Yep. Yep. It's turning. Oh my God, look at how easy that is with that much extra leverage. It's not liking it, I mean, right there, it won't go backwards. Let's do one full revolution. Well, it's not stuck. But right there, it stops itself. So as you guys can see, right there, it doesn't like it. I guess I'm just gonna have to keep working it back and forth and just get it around that hump. So everyone's got that car that they can say, you know what, it kicked my ass. Because it kicked my ass today. I've been out here off and on for five and a half hours now. What I did was, the motor obviously was stuck, or something was going on with it. But I pulled the pulleys here. I put a little Marvel in the cylinders just to kind of lubricate them. I turned the motor over finally with the bar, with the extension, got that done. And the motor by hand did still not want to turn. So I put a bar on the flywheel and turned it that way, same thing, at that 12-degree mark, or that 12 o'clock mark. A lot of resistance. So I put the starter back on and off and on, you know, trying to get it shimmed and all that fun stuff. And now it's 5:30. I started working today about 10, however long that would be. And here we go, here's the progress. So let me get this camera set up and I'll show you guys. So obviously the starter needs a little kick in the pants in terms of a jump start, but at least now the motor cranks with the key on. So I'm gonna leave all the pulleys and stuff off for the time being. If we get it to run, it won't run long enough, you know, so the water pump won't be an issue. I'm gonna put the plugs back in it. I did break one spark plug wire, so I'll get a new spark plug wire on it. We'll throw some gas in it and just see what happens. I'm kind of burned out for today, so this will be the last of it for sure. All right, so we're all done for the day. I'm officially burned out. I will be ordering a new starter and cables. I think just the starter is old. The motor has a little tight spot in it and just does not have enough oomph to turn it over with the plugs in it. Yeah, so I guess that's the dilemma there, is put the plugs back in, motor does not turn over. So starter and or cables, I'm just gonna replace them both. Give it a couple days and we will come back to this, but it's been 7 hours now and I'm tired of looking at this car for today, so we'll go inside and we'll come back fresh another day to hopefully tackle this nice project. All right, so we're back today. It's Friday, took a half day off of work, put this car on the back burner for a week, feel a whole lot better about it. Got a brand new starter from Rock Auto that came this morning, so already bench tested it, has a whole lot more power than the original one did, so I assume that's probably just the issue here. But got some new battery cables coming. The FedEx guy will be here any minute for those, then we'll get going on that. But while we're waiting for that, I'm going to change out the starter here, get the old one pulled, put the new one in. As you guys can see, it's a brand new unit, not a refurb. I got a new negative cable put on, but waiting on the positive here. And then we will see if this will go run. So with that being said, let's get that starter put in and installed and rocking and rolling. There we go. One old starter out of the way. All right, so I did something kind of cool here. This wire was broken right up here, so I put a spade connector on it. And the coil wire wasn't even there, so I got a new piece of wire for that. But I'm going to transfer this little piece of wire over to the starter, or the start solenoid pin on the new starter. Then I made a nice little cable here for the coil side that will plug in right there. So the female end is for the actual starter itself, and the male end is for the coil, so I won't get them confused. So just gotta get that stuff switched over, put the new starter in, waiting on battery cables, and hopefully hopefully then she's gonna run. My old neighbor Tom couldn't get away from me. He came to help today. So it's actually a lot nicer to have 2 people here. Got the new starter put in, new battery cable put in. Got the hot wire for the key all wired up. Tom, do you want to crank it? I'll get underneath and we'll see if the teeth are all good.
Are you ready?
Go ahead when you're ready.
There goes.
There we go. Perfect.
More?
Yeah, you just want to give it like try to start it. Okay. Perfect. That's all it was. The old starter, 60 years old, just decided it was time to give itself up. So let's get some gas and, well, first of all, let me see if we have power to the coil. Maybe we should pull a spark plug wire, see if we have spark, and then. Okay, so before we try to crank this, Tom, let's see with the key on if we have power at the coil.
Key on?
Yep, we have power there. Key on. All right, that's a good sign. Let me grab a spark plug, and we'll pull a. Let me see here. Oh, this one's already off. All right, go ahead and crank it. We'll see if we got spark here.
Cranking.
Nothing. No spark. So I will pull the cap, we'll sand the points, and we'll come back in 15.
Where are you going?
They never gave you a whole lot of room to do this. Where'd that other screwdriver
You
go?
might want this side. No, they bite right there. You can see better from there.
What did I do with that other red screwdriver?
There's a Phillips red.
I have it. So, there it is. So I'll open the points and then just stick this in there.
Hey, let me turn the switch on.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. I just gotta. God damn. There we go. Wait, let me put the coil wire back on, Tom.
Yeah, put the coil. You might as well take the other end of it.
And well, let's
touch it against something as if that. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Well, do you just want to crank it, Tom, and we'll see if we got spark?
Yep. Go ahead. Nice. The switch is on.
Yep. Oh, snap. All right. Don't crank it yet, Tom.
Okay. I will not crank it.
Yep. We got spark.
We got spark. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna shut the switch off till you get ready.
Okay. Do you want to crank it, Tom?
I can.
Yeah. Let's just see if we got spark there when it cranks.
And then you can be able to see the fire coming down the coil, right?
Yep. Yep. Well, it did. Go ahead. Go one more time, Tom.
You know what the one means?
It did.
Do you know what one spark means?
No.
Probably the condenser. Probably.
Don't say that, Tom.
And see if you don't need a.
Is the key still off?
Yep.
Okay. Because
I'm gonna double check.
it sparked right away.
I just left the key switch on my tractor and cooked the battery, so I just double checking.
Yeah, because it sparked right away, and now we don't have.
Yeah, that's the condenser. It's leaking off.
Tom, do you want to just crank it just like a half turn, so I can get this weight out of the way?
Oh yeah, just a click.
Yeah.
Again.
That should be okay right there, I think.
Okay.
All right. So, me and Tom put it back together here, sanded the points. We're going to put a new spark plug on number 7 cylinder. All right, Tom, go ahead. All right, perfect. We have spark at the points and now at the spark plug. So let's throw a little gas in it and see if it'll fire up.
That's good there.
Put a little bit in the primaries.
Okay.
I don't have one.
Camera on?
Yes.
Ready?
Yep. Well, it backfired.
Just turn it so slow.
Well, let me jump it. We'll see if that'll do it. All right. Go ahead. Huh.
Smoke coming from it. All right. Oil for it, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. I don't get it.
Just rechecking.
Yep.
Just rechecking the coil fire.
Let me know when you're ready, Tom. I'll click it. Ready?
All kinds of fires still there. We're getting the same thing down at the spark plug too, right?
I mean, you want to pull number 7, and then you can verify it as well. But I mean, when I looked at it, it had a ton of spark.
7 or 5.
1, 3. Oh yeah, you're right. 5.
Okay. Pretty nice spark, yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't either. Must be nasty gas. Of course, you're putting new
Well, it's pumping old stuff in. So let's.
good stuff in.
All right.
Might want to plug it and get this out, yeah.
Yeah. So what I'll do, I'll pull this right here, Tom. I'll grab my gas can and we'll run new gas with the standard pump. All right, we got a fresh fuel tank now, fresh gas down to the fuel pump. Here we go, Tom. I wonder if it's just wet foul. There we go. I'm gonna try it again. All right, so it's day 3 now, and went to Napa this morning and got some new spark plug wires because I'm using a set off a 59 Buick, and this motor cranks really nice, but we have no even, like, the motor's not even trying to fire. So we are going to do a compression check today on each of the cylinders here. So I'm going to pull all 8 spark plugs out, and then we're going to replace the wires and do a compression check on each cylinder because something's not right. I got the dwell set at 30 degrees, so we know that the points are getting a good spark. We can see that the spark plugs, when they're hooked up to the spark plug wires, we can see that they have a really good spark to them. So there's something going on here. I have the timing mark lined up at top dead center. We had the rotor, all that stuff arranged to where it needs to be. So something's not happy, and I don't know if it just doesn't have compression. I mean, it sounds good. The motor sounds really good when it cranks, but it's not attempting to fire. The carburetor is free, and each time you pump it, it shoots fuel, so it's getting fuel. It just doesn't make any sense. So we're gonna do that, pull all 8 of them here, do a compression check, and then we'll try to fire it up again. Okay, so we have a total of probably, I don't know, well, way too much time in this thing. But thankfully, my friend Norm, Mr. Ford extraordinaire, working on a Chevy engine here. We took the points out again, even though we had spark yesterday. We took them out again, fully took them out, sanded them real good, both sides, got them really clean. Put it back together, used the dwell meter, got the point set at 30 degrees dwell, got the fuel tank hooked up on the fuel nipple there. No pumping it because the carburetor, I believe the needle and seat are probably just stuck, and it floods the thing. We did have it started. It took us like 20 minutes to get it going, so I didn't film all that, which probably should have, but it's okay. But now, Norm, do you want to hit the key? And here we go. This is the first start in, last tagged in 83. And there we go. Second, Norm. So as you can see, we now have it running. Which I gotta be honest with you, I was to the kind of the point where I just want to turn the camera off and swear this thing up and down. But I'm also young. I'm a millennial or whatever generation it is and want to throw in the towel real quick. Thankfully, Norm is more level-headed than I am, and we spent, what, 3 hours today out here just diagnosing stuff. The cylinders did have lower compression. This one was 80. I think this one was like 110, and the driver's side number 1 cylinder was like 70. So it runs pretty good. What do you think, Norm?
It does.
Runs pretty good. So yeah, I'll get the hood all buttoned up here, put it back on, not today, but maybe tomorrow or something. Get a new windshield for it, do the brakes, and then, oh, I gotta get some new hose here because the hoses are, well, not good. But yeah, we'll get that, and we'll take it for its maiden voyage in over 40 years. So pretty cool. Norman, even though you're a Ford guy, thank you for helping me today. I would have been lost. Ford and Chevy guys right there. All right, guys. So it wasn't probably the most entertaining in terms of actually watching me work. But I was kind of to the point, it's just like, let's get the damn thing running, and we'll film the video here after we get dialed in. So now, got to put the battery cable back on. But now that we know the car runs, it runs really good, actually. It idles nice and sounds good. I'll show you guys hear that in a second. Real nice. So now that we've got that done, I'm going to clean the interior, get a new windshield for it. We're going to get some new carpet, do the brakes. We're going to replace the wheel cylinders on all 4 corners. This single pot master cylinder here. Get some new wires since these are actually off a 59 Buick. Put all this back together, get new hoses, put the hood back on, and just drive the thing, really. That will not be in today's video. I just wanted to show you guys that, you know, first running now in 40 some years. It's getting pretty frustrated, but at the end of the day, it's nice to have the older people that have worked on these cars for longer than I've been alive. You know, it's always nice to have an expert help, and I appreciate Norm and Tom for helping on this car. But yeah, you guys will see this car again. We'll do another video on it, doing the brakes and a lot of other fun stuff. But for today, that's all. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up. Comment what you guys would do with this car. Would you restore it? Would you just cut the quarter off, leave the patina the way it is, or drive it as is with the quarter messed up like that? And if you're brand new, make sure to subscribe, as I find a ton of cool stuff, and you never know what I'll bring home next. So thank you guys for watching. My name is Ryan with IowaClassicCars, and I will catch you next time.